we're particularly interested in the role of data for agriculture in reaching smallholder farmers to improve yield, production and profitability through their associations and the farmer-led businesses. So our interest is really in putting those farmers' organisations and associations and businesses in the position where they manage the data, really to improve the whole efficiency of the system as a whole. And we've had a number of years ago, the Pan-African Farmers Organisation approached us for assistance in this area because they saw a number of their regional organisations having success through putting in systems, mobile-based, for example, where they could serve their farmers far more efficiently by having a good registration of those farmers, their farms, and the crops that they were growing. On top of that, then, as a core, knowing your farmers meant that they could provide a whole range of services to those farmers in terms of information on weather, production techniques, and pest alerts. It also allowed them to take those farmers and bring them to new markets collectively by being able to organise all that information and approach bigger buyers and let those buyers know through things like certification and traceability exactly where the product was coming from, give them the confidence at scale that individual smallholder farmers couldn't get. Then on the third level, which was really key, was of course the main issue is the fact that farm crop could be grown with the right inputs and access in particular to resources to do that. So the access to finance has been one of the areas where having data on the farm and the farmer provides a whole different level of access and reduces the risk for the financial institutions in lending money. But for all that to happen, really the fourth component of the organisations using data was to improve their whole organisation, and that also included their representation of the farmers to government, being able to provide government with data as well, so that where there were issues around food security, perhaps food crops being imported or bought elsewhere, the local farmers organisation could go to the local government and point this out and make arrangements on the strength of the data they now had. So the data became an empowering tool as well as an efficiency and profitability tool. At the time PAFO asked us for assistance in this area, we did a kind of survey across their membership, and they raised 12 cases where the organisations had particular challenges where they thought these kind of approaches could help. So in the example of the tea factory in Uganda, Igara, they were looking for improving their inputs and understanding of the farm size and location in order to improve how much fertilizer they could provide to the farmer, and at the same time ensure that the farmer would have a higher return to their factory of tea for the processing. So that hit one of their key targets on the production and return side. Another example would be in Lesotho, where having this organisation of the membership meant they could find new buyers, and in that case, for example, the World Food Programme. The same for e-granary in Kenya, an initiative by the East African Farmers Federation, by collectively serving the farmers to establish what predicted yields were likely, they could sell to large concerns such as Cargill and secure markets for that produce that wasn't available before. On the representational side, EAFF also was in that position with their own local data to do just what I was saying before, be able to negotiate with the local government on the purchase of grain when there was a shortage. And finally, I think the area of finance, we've seen a number of organisations successful in establishing SACCOs, the local credit organisation with the data that they've been able to build from the profiles being a way by which the farmer can borrow money without collateral. So the profile itself becomes a valuable asset in reassuring the bank that there's a good loan situation.